Welcome everyone to Let's Play Final Fantasy. I believe this is episode 61. But it is time, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the final fight in the war for Eorzea. And this will be spread into two parts. The first part we'll cover today, and that is we are going to raid the inner fortress called the Praetorium. On this, we will be fighting to get to the ringleader of the invasion, of course, Gaius Van Baelsar. And the second part, which will most likely be on the next episode, will be the fight to destroy or disable his new toy, the UIltima Weapon. And this is a mecha machine that can take down the primals that we defeated in one or two hits. So this will not be an easy fight. And, we'll see if we met our match or not. But this is only possible because if you haven't seen the previous episode, we raided the outer fortress called Kasmeer. And the point of that was to disable the shield that prevented us from getting access to the Praetorium, but we took care of that last episode. So without further ado, let us raid the Praetorium and bring the fight to Gaius himself. Okay, so we were going to enter Kasmeer, but just a few quick things. Just a better look at our level 50 Dragoon gear. And if I go into... Okay, I guess it comes over viera. It's not going to show the helmet. But this is our first full level 50 Dragoon gear. We get this from completing the Dragoon class quest at level 50. So, let us talk to Raban and get the next quest, the UIltima Weapon, because we need that quest to proceed. For the final phase of the operation, my flames will storm Kasmeer and suppress what is left of the Imperial garrison. If all goes well, this will allow you to reach the Praetorium unopposed. Fit and ready for your encounter with the UIltima Weapon. Yours is the most dangerous mission of all, but the best must bear the heaviest burden, and you're the best we have. There is not another soul in this realm that could see this deed done, and Merweb and Connie Senna are of the same mind as me. Though all hangs on your success, you must not let our plight make you desperate. Victory belongs to the bold, not the reckless. Bards are wont to sing of heroes who valued their life as naught next to honor, love, and liberty. But I tell you now, that which men value not, they sell cheap. Risk no more than you must, you hear me? Now, best you are off. We have work to do, the both of us. See that your preparations are in order. Then report to Sid. He awaits you within the Enterprise at the Castrum processing plant. May Ralgar grant you strength. So, Sid is over here on a little ledge. It's basically to the west of the main aetherite crystal in the Curlium processing plant. Here's our guy. The Enterprise is at your disposal. When you're ready to head for the Praetorium, you only say the word. If we succeed in destroying the UIltima Weapon, it will deal a crippling blow to the Empire's hopes of conquest. After that, the 14th Legion would not dare to move against us, barring the discovery of further elegant doomsday devices, that is. Let's be on our way, Lightbringer. Gaius and his plaything await. And here we go. Now, as the intro plays, this used to be a 8-person dungeon when I first went through. This has since been modified and is now a 4-person dungeon, if I believe correctly. We are doing this as a duty support, so we're the only player, but you can do this with other players through the standard duty screen. The ultimate basically says having us take the lead, and he will search for the controls for the ultimate weapon, or at least controls to search for it. This is it, my friend. All right, let us commence. In the past, we would simply we need to make our way down to be turned up ahead. So we used to be able to skip mobs, but this time around, I don't think we can. Also, remember, if okay. Following around here, and this is the Magitech terminal. Right-click, interact with it, and we take it to the next area. Next set of trash mobs are our victims. Okay, when you get close to the door, you'll see a section of wall that's been blasted we can actually run through. And we'll run on the top here. Mind the AoEs from the upper levels. There are some ships in the sky, so they periodically attack us. If you're with a group of players, you can simply just run past these guys and skip all this. More friends to play with. Alright, after those groups, there is a door we can enter in. We don't have to worry about attacks from the sky anymore. So we interact with the Magitech transporter. Okay. And here we have our first boss. And the man himself. We'll not be fighting him though. Gaius! Ah, Sid, my boy, you're late. There is something I always meant to tell you at the time never seemed right. It concerns your father. What of him? In the winter of his years, Midas came to abhor his part in Meteor. He told me that he wanted nothing more than to wash his hands of the whole sword affair. but he did not wash his hands of it. He helmed the project until the day he killed him. Come now, Sid. You must know that he did not have the luxury of choice. By the time he realized his error, it was too late. Meteor had him completely. Shortly before his transformation, mayhap sensing that something was amiss, your father confided to me the regrets of his life. Most of them concern you. Early on in your career, he realized that while you have a talent for devising armaments, it would never fulfill you. Long before you knew your own mind, he saw that you would be happier using your knowledge for peaceful purposes. And the thought touched him. He was a changed man. He could not let it show. You ripped open walls in this palace just so you could say that to me? What is we want? I want you at my side, Sid. Take up your father's mantle and become the Emperor's lead engineer. It is your destiny. My father had change of heart. You said so yourself. Besides, I have long known my destiny. I assure you, it lies not with the Empire. A pity. And what of you, adventurer? Will you not consider making common cause? With your powers joined with mine, we might do much for this realm. Together we could bring order to Eorzea and usher in a lasting peace. No? Can I expect no better answer than this? So be it. What's your strength to make profit my hand in friendship, and now your strength makes me profit my blade. Save as an ally, you are too dangerous to be left alone. Those texts. Run, Sid, or stay. It makes no matter. You cannot escape your fate. Gaius, wait! Damn it. Those text boxes auto-advance. I have no way of pausing them, so if I miss a few words, forgive me. We'll make sure you avoid the AoEs, and don't be afraid if the whole place is covered. Don't be afraid to stand in a late one that shows up late if you have to. Just make sure you dodge to a clear area before the attack goes off. So far, we haven't had to do this in this fight. Here they just kept, and if you're a melee character with a ranged option, go ahead and use that ranged option to keep up the fight. And some bosses will string AoEs back to back, so keep your eyes out for the next attack. And here we want to stay away from everybody. Go. And we're at level 51. So run up to the thing here and run up to the left, interact with the terminal, go to the next area. Alright, we want to go. Now, right click, and we get to drive one of these bad boys. Now, if you're with a bunch of players, everybody will be in this, but since we're just with a bunch of NPCs, we're by our lonesome. And here, we can drive that to the next area. Go ahead and stay clear and use the weapons, the machine's weapons. Yeah, go ahead and make use of that cannon, because that cannon really does a lot of damage. Alright, keep moving. Now, normally with like a squad of 4 or 8, you don't even have to stop. This is everybody is just firing their weapons all the time, and basically by the time you get up to them, you're dead. There we go. Go and walk down this area to the next one. And if you're with a group, do try to, if they skip a mob, do try to keep with them. And here, you're gonna want to be careful of these things. Okay, next bridge. Now from this one, use your cannon, as I believe that will affect all of them. And keep the pressure on. Now, in the past, we went through this so quickly, we really didn't have time to see, because both of these will come out at the same time, but it looks like one was before the other. And now, the final thing. Target the wall, and go after it. Ah. The bulk is composed of a special alloy, extremely tough. Ordinary fire won't leave a mark, I'm afraid. You need to divert all power to the Magitech cannon, as I did at Castor Meridianum. The armor's core is likely to expire from the strain, but there's no help for it. We want to press on. Now, listen well. The control. Engage auxiliary, then fire away. Don't mind the warning lights. So, before the... I think it was either before Endwalker or before Dawn Trail. The first playthrough, we actually named that mech, and that was the mech that we actually stolen. Named it Maggie. You're a natural at this. All right? The way is clear. Just you on your own. This is basically us on our own. But... Yep, that's the one we stole, and that's Maggie. We will leave Maggie behind for now. Alright, and after our foray with Maggie, we have our second boss. Let's see if I can read these quick enough. Be sure to pause and read on yourself. You've been leaving a fine mess in your wake, adventurer. Is someone there? Garland, old friend, how it warms to hear your voice again after all these years. Nero, is that you? You sound well. It would seem the savage land agrees with you. The highest ranking tribunus of the 14th, it was you. Tell me, Garland, how long do you intend to keep the glory for yourself? What? You lost me. Don't play the fool with me. Ever since the academy, I have been condemned to live in your shadow. By all objective measure, I was the more talented of the two of us, and yet that fact counted not beside your privileged birth. You are admired as a young prodigy simply because your father was a great Midas non-Garland. When you defected, I'm sure my star would finally rise. But by disappearing, your act the status of a legend. Your reputed genius gaining confidence merely by the dint of your absence instead of cursing you for a traitor. The people actually came to think of you more fondly. To this day, you are still the young what-you-call-it. I, meanwhile, have been made feel the second rate. I have continued to serve our nation faithfully. Where I failed to excel is what only to be expected. Yet when I exceed all reasonable expectations, people claim that I walk in the footsteps of great Cid non-Garland. Nero, I don't know what to say. It matters not a whit what I achieve. Your existence has rendered mine worthless. Even Lord Van Baelsar saw fit to offer you a place at his side, and this in spite of your betrayal. Did he extend such an offer to me, the man who remained loyal? No. Long have I endured this injustice, but no more. Lord Van Baelsar is in the midst of activating the fully powered UIltima Weapon. I will not let anyone interfere. Nero, what are you? So, Nero is a guy who got it restored back to health. Ever since I set foot in Reuniting land, I watched you. Every move you made, every step you've taken. You have felled icons, made a feat made possible by the echo, power which shields you from the corrupting influence. It is a little wonder that my lord has taken an interest in you. As have I, truth be told. It is my desire to harness your power for use in the Ultima Weapon. Should I succeed, Lord Van Baelsar will surely take notice. Besides those garlands, achievements will be child's play. Come, adventurer, and yield to me the secrets of your power. Also, be careful of his knockback attacks because he electrified the outer area. Okay, go ahead and... Go to Konioe. That's a new one. Yeah, here, you want to get close to him before he does his attack. That way you'll stop before you get into the whatchamacallit. And now you want to gather up. Also, be careful of when you do your attacks as a Dragoon, such as the Dragon's dive here. You want to make sure that the attack is finished before any AoE Qs are done, because if you're in the middle of your attack, you'll get hit. Or if you time it too close, you'll still get hit. Augmented Uprising, that's this huge AoE. And it goes with the Tank Buster. Okay, Augmented Suffering, get close to him. There we go. And he's immediately follows that up with a group up attack. And then Wave of Suffering is that circular AoE. And there we go. Nero, the engineer who fixed Ultima Weapon, defeated. This changes nothing. The Ultima Weapon is activated, and it brims with the power of icons. Nothing shall stand in their way. Are you alright? What of Nero? Fled? Damn it. In the instant prior to the blackout, the instruments detected a massive power surge from the deepest areas. Gaius is certain to be there. Word arrived from the Alliance a short while ago. It seems the Order of the Twin Adder has completed a blockade of Castum Sentry. What hands they have to spare is hastening this way, even as we speak. And likewise for the Maelstrom. All that's left is to destroy the Ultima Weapon. I should warn you, the chamber which houses the target appears to be saturated with the etheric energies. There is bound to be heavy interference. But even if we lose contact, you must go on. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do, you hear me? Okay. So we go out this way towards the lift. And want to go to the main Magitech terminal. And interact with it.
Look for the lift's control panel. It'll be somewhere nearby. Take the lift down, and you should find yourself in the chamber of the Ultima Weapon. Keep your eyes peeled. Gaius could be waiting for you down there. Oh, and don't even think about dying. You're too bloody useful. The interference is getting worse. I don't think the connection will last much.
Tell me, for whom do you fight? Do you believe in Eorzea? Eorzea's unity is forged of falsehoods. Its city-states are built on deceit, and its faith is an instrument of deception. It is not but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing. In Eorzea, the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind. Which is strange, is it not? Are the 12 otherwise engaged? I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down? They will answer, so long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether. Your gods are no different from those of the beasts. Icons, every one. Except but this, and you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry. Nor is this unknown to your masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Soir, to grovel at their feet? The answer? Your masters lack the strength to do otherwise. For the world of man to mean anything, man must own the world. To this end, he hath fought ever to raise himself through conflict, to grow rich through conquest. And when the dust of battle settles, it is ever the strong who dictate the fate of the weak. Knowing this, but a single path is open to the infinite ruler, that of false worship. a path which leads to innovation and death. Only a man of power can rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this land of creeping mendacity, that one truth will prove its salvation. Come, champion of Eorzea, face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule. It is only right that I should take your realm, for none among you has the power to stop me.
Alright. Gaius Van Baelsar. This is not the first time we will be fighting him, but it is the one time in this. It is the one time in this dungeon we will be fighting him. Because he is the final dungeon boss. Oh. Be careful of those X's. You don't want to be in their way. Again. Innocence is a tank buster. So it's okay to stay on the yellow ground. It's just make sure you clear before it goes off. Timing can be tricky on some of that. Make sure you're between the two X's so you don't get hit. So notice how he's really being fast with the mechanics. If you need to take the class on it from the... Don't be afraid to take that class from the Hall of the Novice if you have a problem just figuring out what these are. Okay, make sure you clear of the X's. Okay, and then Pestilente is a gather up attack. Okay, here you need to kill all the Phantom Gaiuses before it goes off. That's what happens if you get hit by those.
Eorzea's
see if we survive. Okay, you want to kill the triggers before those 4 guards, before that attack, before the attack gets to 100%. If that was 100%, we would have wiped.
I had not thought to be so hard-pressed.
Ooh, I do have
Your
control now.
strength is most impressive. Such power befits a ruler. Yet, you lack the resolve to put it to proper use. A waste.
There it is, the UIltima Weapon. So, before, the next room used to be a part of this dungeon, but either with Endwalker or with Dawn Trail, they split the UIltima Weapon into its own fight, which is a trial. And so we will cover that next time. Follow us on the next episode, where we will do the final battle of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. To be continued. Follow us next time when we take on the UIltima Weapon and we see if we can prevail or if we have met our match. But for those of you who follow us this far, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Allow me then, hero, to do that which you will not.